The humanitarian crisis in Ukraine is getting worse tonight after Russia bombarded multiple civilian targets.
Earlier today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky making an impassioned plea before Congress to help save his people from more bombings. WGN's Jenna Barnes joins us now with the latest on that. Jenna?
Micah and Ray, the U.S. is sending more military aid to Ukraine as people there dig through the rubble of a theater where hundreds of people were sheltering, another civilian target of a Russian airstrike. New satellite images show the word children written in Russian in front of and behind the Mariupol Drama Theater, where Ukrainian officials say hundreds of families were living because their homes were destroyed. In what Ukraine calls another war crime, Russia bombed the theater Wednesday, destroying it and burying people in the rubble. It's unknown how many were killed or hurt in this attack. Ukrainian officials estimated before this airstrike 2,300 people had died in Mariupol, which Russian forces have surrounded.
I think he is a war criminal.
That is the first time President Joe Biden has called Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal, his sharpest condemnation of Putin since the invasion began 3 weeks ago. It comes after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed Congress Wednesday morning, greeted with a standing ovation. Speaking mostly through an interpreter, he compared the pain of Ukrainians to that of Americans during Pearl Harbor and 9/11.
Our country experiences the same every day.
He played with its graphic images this video to show the magnitude of the terror. It ends with Zelensky's ongoing plea to close the sky over Ukraine. Zelensky ended his remarks with a message for President Biden.
I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
Hours later, Biden announced the U.S. will send $800 million more in military assistance, including drones and anti-aircraft and anti-armor weapons.
And we're going to continue to have their backs as they fight for their freedom, their democracy, their very survival.
But the Biden administration has rejected Ukraine's request for warplanes and a no-fly zone over the country because of the risk of starting a war between the U.S. and Russia. As Russian troops shelled a Kyiv apartment building and 10 people were killed while standing in line for bread in the city of Cherniv. Putin said the operation was unfolding successfully.
This is a struggle that pits the appetites of an autocrat against humankind's desire to be free. And let there be no doubt, no uncertainty, no question. America stands with the forces of freedom.
The New York Times is reporting that the U.S. estimates more than 7,000 Russian troops have been killed in the last 20 days. The official number from Russia is just 498. So you can see it's another example of how Russia is clouding reality, even from its own people.
Exactly. Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah.
2 years ago,